Hey guys, my name is Heather Lindsey.
And my name is Cornelius Lindsey.
And I'm so excited that you landed on Life with the Lindseys.
This is so exciting. This gives us an opportunity to share our life with yours.
Yes, we're going to be talking about everything from entrepreneurship to ministry to your purpose to why you are here, family, parenting, relationships, marriage, sex, you name it. We are talking about it.
So thank you so much for joining us today with Life with the Lindseys. Enjoy it.
Your answer, I keep asking questions. I wonder if anybody else has gone through that.
Anybody else is going through what?
Where you ask your spouse a question and they don't answer, and then you ask them again and they act annoyed that you asked them. It's like, yo, if you would just answer me the first time.
I feel that way every time I ask you a question.
No way. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel that way every time I ask you a question because you always act like you don't hear me. And I'd be like, well, maybe I'm talking to this wall over here.
Really? That's how I felt just now in this moment when you're in your phone.
Oh, so now you're going to bring my phone into this.
Okay, so this is obviously not going to be a therapy session that we have on our podcast.
Hi, my name is Cornelius Lindsey.
Hey, y'all, I'm Heather Lindsey.
Oh, God.
And I don't know if this is your first time with Life with the Lindseys, but yeah, we just want to keep it really honest and real with you guys. And that's exactly, I didn't know my husband pushed record.
Yeah, I push record. I told you gotta if you ain't ready, you gotta be ready. Ain't that right? Ain't that what the people say?
No, but throw your phone in the ocean.
Throw my phone in the ocean. I'm actually trying to pay a bill
during our podcast. You can't wait 45 minutes.
I need to pay the bill. Okay. It's important that it gets paid. Okay. Do you want me to wait? Because I might forget.
That is true.
I have forgotten before, and we didn't have lights.
Or water. Because you have it on auto pay, but then you switch cards or something.
Well, no, what happens is the card, like it'll expire. Oh. And I don't know, anybody checking emails to see when a card expired. Nobody knows that information. It expires and they don't tell you. It's just like, oh, your account is past due by 2 months. Bro, I didn't know. Auto pay that sucker. Let's go. I don't know. But it is what it is. What are we talking about today? You have it on your books. What are we talking about?
Today we're talking about travel hacks.
Travel hacks.
Yes. And
hack and travel.
Yes, hack and travel. And if you guys follow us on Instagram, I'm Heather L. Love, and my husband is...
This is Cornelius.
So I love to travel hack. I've loved travel hacking for a long time because I always like a bargain. I like a good deal. And so travel hacking is great because it challenges me to be creative in thinking how we can go on trips every single year for almost free. Now, I did a blog on this called How to Travel the World for Almost Free. So you can Google it. It's under heatherllindsey.com. But I just want to share with you guys some of our top travel hacks. Every year we go on a family vacation and I plan probably like a year and a half out how we can travel hack it to the best of our ability using points and all that other stuff. And then on top of that, how can we get free trips throughout the year? So you excited, baby?
What about what?
Travel hacks.
Travel hacks. I'm so excited about it. Yes. I'm excited about talking about some of our travel adventures.
Okay.
We had a good time. I mean, in the 12 years we've known each other, we've been a lot of places. We've been a lot of places. I mean, and you know what? It's been on both ends of the spectrum too. You know, like in the very beginning when we didn't have a pot to pee in. It was like our window to throw it out of. I remember we were living in Jackson, Mississippi, and we were so bored. We were like, there's nothing
We didn't have any kids then.
We had no kids. Yeah. We had no friends. Remember, like, it was like the black people didn't want to be our friends because we lived in like the white part of town. They were saying it was on the other side of the train tracks. And it seemed like the white people didn't want to be our friends because I think we were black. So I'm like, nobody want to be our friends. Aww. So we didn't have friends. We didn't have kids. We were going to a church. Yeah. But we really didn't know people because everybody there was older. And then in the culture and the community, everybody kind of hung out with their family. Yeah. And since we didn't have family, we didn't have anything. So we got bored. And one day we were like, hey, let's go to Birmingham. So we packed an overnight bag. Yeah. And went to Birmingham, Alabama, and we had a ball.
We did. And we ended up going on Hotel Tonight, which is an app I currently have on my phone. And we went on there and we found a hotel. I want to say it was like maybe $60, but pretty much it's hotels that are 50, 60% off, or even up to 90% off, because you're getting it such last minute. The whole deal is it's Hotel Tonight. So it was cool to be able to pack up and just drive and then kind of go somewhere. And that's the thing I love about traveling. I think it's so important, especially for whether you're single or married, but especially if you're married, to get out of your regular surroundings and see something different. I feel like traveling really helped our marriage in ways
it did.
We can't explain.
It gave us something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why, every year we host a marriage retreat, and our goal in our marriage retreat has always been to take it to a place that may be unfamiliar to people, and we took it to, we've done it in South Beach.
Yeah.
We did it in Dallas,
Georgia.
Georgia. Well, we did the winery the first time at the winery in Georgia. We did it at, where did we go? We went to Scottsdale, Arizona.
In Bali.
We went to Bali. Well, this year we did Bali. One year we did a cruise and we went to Cuba and Bahamas. It was so much fun. Cuba and Bahamas was amazing. But we went to the next year, 2020, we're doing it in Morocco. But we'd like to do it in different places, and it gets the married couples, it gets them something to look forward to, Traveling is fun. It allows for you to do something outside of your normal context. Even for those of you who are single, we do wellness retreats. Like we're doing one in Israel next year. It's going to be amazing. But we like to mix it up and take people out to different places.
And those are on our Instagram too, if you're interested in Morocco or Israel in 2020.
I want to say this: traveling helps to take people outside of their context. It helps to take people outside of their box. It helps to allow for people to explore a world that's different than their own. Because a lot of people criticize cultures they've never stepped foot in. Yeah. And they don't understand the culture because they've never actually been in it. A lot of people, their traveling has been limited to an Instagram picture or Instagram video. You can't really accurately understand a culture if you first have not stepped foot in it. And there's some ways in which you can do that. I'm excited by sharing those ways with y'all today.
So the first one is points. This is the obvious one. Points have been really big. We love credit cards because we're responsible with the credit cards. Now, this is important, guys. So if you're going to get these credit cards and turn up and rack up a bunch of debt, we don't recommend this whatsoever. There's other ways to travel hack without a credit card, but there's a credit card game. Okay. So the credit card game is you take your points and you maximize them to the best of your ability. So if you found, for example, we use American Express Platinum and Business, and we also have a regular green card with American Express, and they actually have partnerships. So every month they have new partnerships with other places. So if you go to Home Depot, you'll get 15 times your points if you use your card. So it's recognizing and kind of staying up to date on what is going on with your credit card so you can maximize the points.
Yeah, we also like the Chase Sapphire card.
Oh, that one is bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it gets us the points that we need. So we buy things with the cards, then we take the points and we use the points, and the points goes towards travel and shopping and everything else, miles and everything else. Exactly.
So what I like to use, and you have to think, stuff like our life insurance is on our credit cards, guys. Yeah. So it's daily things like our groceries. You should be getting cash back for that stuff. So it's researching and finding a good travel credit card. So what we have found works is we fly Delta a lot. So we both got Delta American Express cards. So we can take those points and we can use them towards our flights. Now, I'm going to be honest. I love Delta, but it's very difficult. Say if you want to go to an international trip on points, they'll be 500,000 points. It's just not a good switch over. So I don't recommend going directly through the Delta website. Now, I want you guys to take notes. These two websites are the ones that I highly recommend if you are going to try to use your points. First one is Aeroplane. So that's Aeroplane, AERO Plan, PLAN. First of all, you have to sign up for all of the rewards. We have Marriott rewards. Find all the rewards, and you're really good with rewards and stuff. But we have rewards, and we take all those rewards and we dump them into Aeroplan. So then when it's time to book your flight to go to Europe or wherever, you can go on there and say the flight will be $3,000 or $4,000 on the regular website. You can go on there and you can get a first class business seat for 65,000 points.
That's Jesus.
Right. And the cool thing is a lot of these credit cards is when you sign up, they give you a sign up bonus of like, say, 30,000 points. And then if you, spend a certain amount within like 6 months,
$5,000.
Exactly. Then you get additional like 30 or 40,000 points or whatever the case is. So long story short, all you're doing is just playing the game of stuff that you're already going to buy. Mind you, this isn't you going out buying a bunch of crap that you don't need. If you have a business, it goes on a business account and that business account constantly builds up miles. So then what we do is that's the first one, Aeroplan. And the other one is I use my Delta points with Virgin. So Virgin Airways and Delta have a partnership together. So what you can do is you can go onto Virgin's website and use Delta points, you guys, or Delta miles. How cool is that? And the miles are actually better. So in this case, say you try to, you're going on the Delta website and say you have 100,000 points. Those 100,000 points would switch over as, let's, for example purposes, 200,000 points with Virgin. It just depends on the special that they have going on. But your miles go further with other websites at times. So I just want you guys to do your own research and look for yourself. But those are the two my kind of go-to, Aeroplan and Virgin Airways. So again, a lot of these companies, whether it be United or whatever airlines that you have, they partner with other places. So you can use your miles there as well. American Express also partners with Amazon. So there's times where I just did this yesterday. I bought some stuff so we could make, sugar cookies, and I bought the little cutouts online, and my total was $38. And I decided I didn't feel like spending $38 on Amazon today. So I was able to use my membership points towards that. So we got free stuff. So that's the great thing about points. You guys, don't be afraid of credit cards. We should not be afraid of them unless you're not disciplined. Now, let me tell y'all, I was not very disciplined with credit cards after college. I had terrible money management. I maxed out all my credit cards. I think my credit score was like 515 or 30 or something. It was bad.
Gracious alive.
Well, first of all, I'm feeling judged right now. Okay,
I mean, you were
don't
young.
judge me.
No, I thought you were judging
young.
yourself. I was just agreeing.
Okay.
You know somebody like you judge yourself. I'm just like,
right.
I was agreeing with your own judgment.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
So, but I remember taking out a Capital One credit card and just building my credit and building my credit and building it. And now, I have a score that's over 800. And it's cool because now I use credit cards to pay for our bags. Like we both get 3 bags?
Get 3 bags apiece.
Because we have platinum status due to our credit cards and due to our travel. And you did a travel hack the other day because you wanted to get platinum status for 2020.
Yeah.
When we were on the plane, what did you do?
Well, they have things where you can purchase extra miles for a discounted price. So I purchased some extra miles, but then it's different ways you can go about it. You can call them and work things out. I think if you be a solid politician, you can kind of get whatever you want.
Baby, what does that mean?
I'm saying a lot of times if you ask for things, then you can, most times you can get it. I mean, a big travel hack that I've always used, and we didn't have points and we didn't have the cards and everything else. I used to just go up and ask. I remember when it was AirTran. Remember AirTran?
Oh gosh.
We would always fly AirTran, and that was our airline. We flew AirTran, and I would go up to the counter and I would say, hey, I'm flying with my wife, and I just wanted to see whether there were any first class tickets available. And they would say, well, yeah, there are, but in order for you to get it, it'll be an additional $500 or for both of you. And I'm like, I don't have $500. I was like, is there an option for like a complimentary upgrade? It's just my wife and I, and we just want to have an opportunity to just have a different experience, blah, blah, blah. And there were many times I'd come back to you and I would say, hey, we have first class. And we didn't. You're like, well, how much you pay for it? I didn't pay anything for it. I mean, the Bible is very clear. You have not because you ask not. Yeah. When we go to hotels, we may already have booked a suite. Yeah. But I'll go up and I'll say, hey, how you doing? I've been traveling all day long. I'm really, really tired. My wife and I were here. We're just ready to enjoy ourselves. I'm here with my family. See, those are my kids over there. And then they see the kids running around. I'm like, yeah, we got the 1-bedroom suite. I'm just trying to see, is there a possibility of like a 2-bedroom suite? Is it available? Yeah, but it'd be an extra $1,400 a night. I'm like, well, I really wasn't looking to pay anything. I just wanted to see if there's anything that was complimentary. And usually they're like, well, you know what? Let me see what I can do. I know they can do it, They go to that back room and they probably just like, throw paper up in the air. Like, oh, do I want to do it? And then they come back and usually they always do it.
That's true.
I can count on the times on my hand where they've actually said no.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the worst thing they can say is no, and I just get what I already paid for. But most times, even without even using the points or paying any money, I can usually get what I want.
Yeah. And I remember doing that as well with the exit row seats. We go up to the front desk at the gate to say, hey, is there any exit row seats available? Because we want a little more leg space. So it's just having the mindset, all right, Lord, I believe you're going to give me favor today in every single way, in every single opportunity. So I want to share a couple more tips, right, babe? Let's just take a little break and share a couple more tips.
It's December already.
I know. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah. I mean, there's always a long list of things to do. And this time of year, it can just be a bit stressful. And one of the ways that we can kind of cross those things off our list is to go with Policy Genius. I mean, everybody is looking for life insurance right now.
Well, I think life insurance is important. It's not something that's talked about enough. And then we don't like to face it because the reality is we're all going to die one day, right? So it's so important, y'all, that you have life insurance so you're not leaving that burden on your family. And that's why I love Policy Genius, because they deal with all the paperwork and all the red tape once you apply. They also have auto insurance and disability too.
So, I mean, like if you're out there, you need life insurance, but you are not sure where to start. Why don't you start right now at policygenius.com? I mean, it only takes a few minutes to find the right life insurance policy, apply, and cross another thing off your list. Policy Genius. I mean, when it comes to life insurance, it's nice just to get it right.
Yes. I mean, what was a trip that we went on and we used points?
Ooh, I know one. Okay. So we were going on our baby moon with Roman. We're going on our baby moon with Roman. And I remember using this one particular app. It's called the Dosh app. And I'm telling you guys, like I use Dosh, Aboda, and Ebates. Those three apps are my go-to apps. And all it is cashback apps. So all you're doing is downloading the app, searching the item, and using that app to go through that app to make your purchases. Now, I remember using the Dosh app, and the Dosh app paid for our honeymoon or our baby moon 100%. Like it paid for our hotel room. Then what we did is we went and we used some more of the money from Dosh to book our coach round trip tickets. And then we used miles to upgrade to first class. So we got this 5-star trip.
Where do we go?
For $0.
Was that Puerto Rico?
Yeah, we went to Punta del Mita.
It was in Puerto Rico. It wasn't Puerto Rico. It was Mexico.
Yep, it was Punta del Mita, Mexico.
And it was so amazing.
We stayed at the St. Regis. It was unreal, but it was a free trip.
It was amazing.
I was trying to tell people like, y'all, like I'm trying to tell y'all, we use these. And then I also shared them on social media, just sharing in the referrals that you get. So for example, with the Dosh app, I shared it and told people about the app and say, hey, y'all, download this app. You want to link your credit card. It's totally safe. And when you use your card at certain restaurants that partner with Dosh, you get cash back. And then on top of that, if you tell your friends about it, like, hey, download this app. This app's really great. They'll give you like a $15 or $10 bonus. So I shared it on my Instagram a couple times. And it was so cool to be able to go on that trip totally free, just using the app. And even now, I was just checking my Aboda and Ebates the other day. And I think my Aboda had like $130 in it. And literally it's money just sitting there. And it's just from referrals. It's from cash back. It's money that comes in. You don't even try. So you could take that money. You can throw it at debt. You could take that money. But what we do is take that money and we put it towards a travel fund. So every dollar goes towards that travel fund that comes from these different apps, cashback apps. So then when we look up, at the end of the year, we're like, okay, this is how much we have for 2020 towards spending in our budget and stuff like that. So again, Ebates is really great. Aboda is really great, and Dosh as well. So you guys look those up. You can also go to heatherllindsey.com. So you can, if you want to just click on the link, if that's easier for you. But I really want people to see that you can travel the world for almost free. I do want to take a little break and talk about our trip to Puerto Rico. Remember that?
Oh my goodness, I do.
Yes,
I do. It was crazy because we initially went there because I thought we were supposed to preach. I was supposed to preach there.
Supposed to preach there.
I met this guy on the plane, and I sat next to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to get you guys to come down to Puerto Rico, and you're gonna preach down here, and blah blah blah." But long story short, that didn't happen. He picked us up from the airport. Remember, he took us to it wasn't a hotel. It was like a renter room or something like that.
It was like an Airbnb, wasn't it?
Well, Airbnb wasn't even around back.
That's
it was like a room for rent, and we kind of walked in, and we knew it was not for us when he closed the door and it had the steel bars on it, and I was like, time to go. Time to go.
And we not knocking nobody that lives in places that have.
You got to do what you got to do.
Right.
But if I ain't got to do it, I ain't gonna do it.
On vacation, we ain't gonna do it.
And so, looking, I was like, well, what's next? We were in Fajardo, I think that's where it was. And I decided, well, we're gonna go over. Crazy thing was, we were right next door to the Waldorf Astoria. And I was like, well, let's see if we can go over there. And then I knew somebody who worked in the hotel industry. I called her up, and I remember she was able to get us a suite, and that suite cost us like $100 and some a night. Mm-hmm. And so we got that suite. And I remember, man, that trip really set the stage for our marriage. We didn't realize we thought we were going down for one thing, and it really helped us in our marriage and helped us to kind of get away. But I remember the one time you wanted me, or during that trip, you were like, "Hey, I really want to go up this mountain."
Oh, Yunque.
And I gotta preface this in saying I'm not the adventurous one between us. At all. My wife is super adventurous. She came into my life and introduced me to adventure. I'm the kind of person that I feel like if I want to spend a lot of money on a room, I want to stay in it. I need to enjoy the room that we paid for. Sure. My wife is like, no, let's go, let's tour, let's go and let's see the world. Let's go and let's see it. I'm like, I can see it on my phone. I'm good to go. I can Google it. You want to go up El Yunque. Yep. I remember I went and I rented a car. Remember that? I rented the car, and I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I probably should have rented a Jeep. I got this big Chrysler 300 car, this big wide.
It was huge.
It was so huge. I think
you were trying to save money because the Jeep was more.
No, the Jeep was about the same amount. I got the Chrysler because I was like, I don't want to roll around in a Jeep. I'm gonna roll around in the Chrysler 300. I mean, I thought it was dope, and it was like the newest model for the year. And I was like, I want to ride around in this. So I was trying to be cool. And remember, I got lost going. I think it was on like two interstates. It was like the Interstate 1, Interstate 2. I kept getting lost. Donde estás numero uno? I stopped at that gas station, and I was like, excuse me. I don't know where I'm at. I'm trying to go back to the Waldorf Astoria, and nobody spoke English. And I was like, bro, I'm about to die out here. It was getting dark. But anyway, we'll pick up Heather. We're driving up El Yunque Mountain. Now, mind you, it's a very narrow road. We're in a Chrysler 300. I remember looking at Heather and saying, babe, if a larger car comes beside us, one of the two of us is going to die, and it won't be us. And slowly, surely, there's this bus that comes, and we barely slide by each other. We get up to the top and we park, and you're like, okay, well, how do we get to the rainforest that you wanted to go to? That rainforest, you're like, oh, it's not that far of a walk. It's not that far. When we started walking,
it was amazing.
It was 45. We would walk for 45 minutes.
It was so fun.
That lady was sitting there. She was rubbing her feet, and she looked at me. And I was like, hold up. What is this? She's like, you almost there, baby. I was like, oh, Heather. When we got into the waterfall,
it was so beautiful.
It was beautiful. We had a really good time.
See, adventures are fun, right, babe?
It takes me time to get to them. I'm on fuss till I get there, but goodness gracious, when I get there, I'll breathe. And when I breathe, I'm going to breathe about 5 minutes. Then after the 5 minutes,
it's time to go
because you don't know what's in this water. You probably you got brain eating amoebas in this water, alligators, crocodiles.
But not only that, you've passed that mindset down to our children. So
our children are wise.
So now we were at the ocean
in
Maui. And the kids said they don't like the ocean because sharks are going to eat them.
And that's right. But then you just heard the news. We were in Hawaii when they said that they had spotted a shark off of one of the islands.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. I can you can Google it.
I just remember growing up and living in the water, literally jumping in lakes. oceans.
Heather, we didn't do that growing up.
I jumped into the middle of the ocean.
Heather, how did you grow up?
Wait.
We didn't go jump in no lake. I didn't go jump in no, and I grew up in the country. I ain't go jump in no lake.
So I lived.
You come up out of there with leeches and stuff. No,
I never did any of that.
I fish out the lake.
But I feel like
caught
the
some
kids
catfish
are
out the
gonna
lake.
miss out on fun opportunities.
That ain't that. I mean, if they want to, I just, people be jumping into lakes and miss and not coming back up. And I just, I feel like if God wanted us in water, he would have gave us gills, scales, fins, all that good stuff. He didn't. I was in water in the womb. He pushed me out of it, put me in dry land.
Yeah.
This is where he want me to stay.
I guess you're right.
Ain't that a blessing?
So me and Roman got in the water ourselves. We were in the ocean. It was beautiful. And we had such a good time. And, I'm working on Taylor. Taylor's good, but Logan, you would convince that little man to,
Logan
he hates the sand. He hates the ocean.
I don't understand. I don't understand the beach, because the beach, they all look the same to me. They all look the same, and they're all just sand and water. It's just it's like you're standing in a big sandbox and somebody just keep pouring water on you. You can't get the sand off. The sand follows you everywhere. It follows you from the beach back to your house. Baby. Well, listen to the waves is relaxing. That's why I'm glad they came out with sound machines. Now I can listen to it in peace. I never got to get wet or get dirty.
That is true. Okay. So whatever. As you see, we've learned to agree to disagree. And I think that with any relationship, it brings out the fun side, because he's so, what's the word? Cautious. And I'm so adventurous. So I feel like our differences.
It really works together.
It does work.
Because I'm cautious. So I'm like, hey, I want to make sure everything is right.
Yeah.
So I have a map with my MapQuest, or with what's that thing we use?
GPS?
No, with my GPS. So I want to always make sure my family is going to be fine. I'm the cautious one. You're the adventurous. So and you tell me all the time, even when we travel, we walk through the airport, y'all. My wife, Heather and I were walking through Hartsfield in Atlanta, walking through the airport. There's this other couple that's in front of us. They're walking the opposite way. His wife is not paying attention to what she's doing. My wife is not paying attention to what she's doing. I catch eyes with the other husband. We look at each other, noticing what's about to happen. They both stop right before they are about to collide. And
see, I was paying attention.
But I just looked at the husband and we're just like, what you told me, you said, you don't feel like you have to pay attention when you're around me.
You're right. It's great. You're a great leader. So I know I'm good. So I'm like, your job to pay attention, not mine.
I just don't know how you are when I'm not there.
When you're not there, I have to be the leader. It's so annoying and it's so frustrating. But when you're there, I can relax. I can relax. And
I could not imagine.
I don't have to. And all the ladies say amen. So my husband's a good leader, and I trust his headship. You should be proud that I submit to you as unto the Lord.
Why should I be proud of that? You should be proud of it because you're doing it as unto the Lord. Why should I be proud? You ain't doing me a favor.
Babe, but you should encourage me.
No, I encourage you. I'm glad you're doing it. It's like me saying you should be proud that I love you as Christ loved the church.
Exactly. I am proud.
You should be proud of that. You should. Maybe. It's like I should do it because of my love for the Lord, not because I'm trying to get affirmation from you.
I like affirmation from you.
Child, you just you
night and day, baby.
Night and day.
Okay, so up next, this is like a whole therapy session today. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Oh my gosh.
So I want to talk about some customer service hacks that we've learned along the way. Okay, so we are back and we're talking about some customer service hacks. So I'm going to share a quick story. This last week we were at a hotel, and one of the people that was with us, he's like a brother. He had gone down to get some silverware from the hotel's restaurant. And when he walked down, he told the lady, "Hey, can I have some utensils?" And the lady said, yeah, that's cool. She goes to get them. And then another man comes up and starts questioning him. Like, "Do you stay at this hotel?" Mind you, it's a really nice hotel. They're like, "Do you stay at this hotel?" And he's a black man. And, started questioning him about his room number and all this stuff, and made him feel very like out of place. You know what I mean? Made him feel very like uncomfortable. So he came back and he was visibly upset. And we're like, "Hey, what happened?" And he's just like, "Man, this guy was questioning me downstairs when I just asked for some utensils. The girl went to go get him, but he came up asking me, do you stay at the hotel?" And like not believing him. And so I called the manager and I said, "Hey, somebody on, our reservation that's here with us is feeling very uncomfortable because, he's being questioned by the host downstairs. And as y'all know, it's 2019, 2020. For a Black man to feel that way is not okay. Period. I mean, not just Black man, but any nationality, any color. But in this particular case, he's a Black man. And so I spoke with the manager. The manager apologized a million times over. That's not what he meant. It's not what he meant. Long story short, he said, how can we make it better? And that's the thing. When you are having issues at some point with customer service, they should offer to make it better. Now, he said, what do you have in mind? Now, this is your opportunity to say what you want. For us, he was going to offer us free dinner for everybody one night. But we said, no, we don't want that. Instead, we'll take a $300 credit. So he gave us a $300 credit towards our room. Now that covers food, that covers so many different things. So whenever I have issues at all with customer service, whether it be, say I'm on a flight, I remember one time my seat when it reclined. And so the lady came up, she got my Sky Miles number and said, okay, I'm going to give you additional 5,000 miles because, your seat is not reclining. Don't be afraid to ask for things, guys. Like if you're having issues in your room over and over again, ask for a room credit. Like, hey, I'm going through a whole lot, but don't be mean about it. Be nice about it, obviously. But another way you can travel hack without any issues with customer service, some hotels have programs where, say, you don't have the cleaning lady come in, and which means she won't be bringing towels, which means you're saving more water.
It's like an eco-friendly type thing.
Eco-friendly, but they give you miles or they give you points for that.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times.
Yeah. So what I've done before, if I'm traveling by myself, I'll get a room with double beds. Say I'm staying 2 nights. One night I'll sleep on one bed and one night I'll sleep on the other bed. But I'll do it that way. And I'm able to stack up my points so I can then take those points, transfer them into miles and use the miles to travel the world for almost free. So there's so many opportunities for you to travel hack. So it's just kind of being open to them.
Just make sure that when you are travel hacking and then when you are looking to get your points and everything, you have to check for them. You got to check to make sure you got them. Because there have been times that I've gone into my apps and I'm really big on points. If I stay at a hotel, I'm like, did you get my member number? Did you get this? And people used to laugh at me and be like, why are you always worried about your points? And what are your points going to do? And then when I go and I get a room and they're like, hold up, how did you get the suite? And I'm like, because I used my points. Yeah. I upgraded and I used 5,000 points. And they're like, well, how you get so many points? Because I was a stickler about getting my points. Yeah. Those points, they add up. And ultimately, you can start doing things and going places and staying in the rooms that you want to stay in and not have to pay the big hefty prices for them. I mean, some of those rooms can get in upwards of thousands and thousands of dollars. But if you know the game, then you can play it well. And just a lot of people just don't know the game. So they just don't know how to play it. And I mean, the same thing works for international flights. Like I think, we've done some things with British Airways. I think we're gold status or something like that with British Airways. The same thing with Qatar Airways. Mm-hmm. Emirates are the same thing. We stack up all of our points. So even when we fly internationally, we like to pick a brand. For us, because we live in Atlanta, Delta is of course gonna be number one for us. And because we live in Atlanta, Qatar Airways is also number one for us because Qatar has a hub in Atlanta and Delta has a hub in Atlanta. So typically when we want to fly internationally, we want to fly one of those two different places, and we can stay with them. Staying with them, brand loyalty allows for us to be able to get the kind of points that we want and be able to store up those points. And speaking of, Dubai and Qatar, we've flown over there many times, and we've flown through Africa and other places, but using all those points and getting all those points, accumulate all those points, it helps us. So anytime we want to take the vacations at the end of the year or the middle of the year, we can always use the points that we've accumulated.
Yeah. So that just reminds me to always make sure that you sign up. If you have a favorite hotel, maybe you always fly Southwest, sign up for the rewards program, get your miles. And then after you fly, as my husband was saying, check to see if your miles are there because Delta's played us a couple times. We've had to call customer service a few times to say, hey, where are my points? Where are my miles?
Where my points at? Run me my points.
So I decided that I just need like a mommy break, like a real mommy break. Like, I love you, babe.
What is a mommy break?
Oh, Is that what we doing?
No, I'm asking a very real question for somebody
No
that's
husband.
like, but what is a mommy bro?
No
you don't
husband.
no husband?
I love you, baby. I love you.
But what?
I love you so much.
But what?
But a mommy break is no husband, no
husband.
kids.
So what you gonna do by yourself?
By myself
What
in
you
a
do by
hotel
yourself?
room.
What you gonna do by
Come on,
yourself?
somebody. Come on.
What you gonna do by yourself?
Let's sleep. Just listen to silence. Okay, babe, you have to
I know what
admit.
you're gonna do. I know exactly what you're gonna do.
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna go in the room. You're gonna put the room on like 1,000 degrees so it can
That's
be
true.
hot as Hades. And then you're going to order you some room service.
No, I'm gonna put the diffuser up with my oil.
Oh yeah, you got to put the diffuser up. You got to run the diffuser. You're gonna probably check the beds and everything to make sure there's no hair and everything. Yeah, you're gonna probably anoint the whole room with oil.
You have to anoint it because you don't know who is up in that bed before you.
And lamb's blood and stuff all on the doorpost and on the windows.
I'm anointed, cast out any demons that were up in there.
Spirits are in it. You'll definitely do that. Then you're gonna look at the room service menu. You're gonna probably find the healthiest options that are on the menu. You'll go through the menu for about 30 minutes. Then you realize there's nothing there that you want.
That's right.
So then you'll go on to an Uber Eats or something like that.
All day.
And you will order you something. It'll come to the hotel. And then you will ask them to come bring it up to your room, like it's room service. And they will do that. And then you will sit in your room and you will probably either watch HGTV or you'll watch whatever those little shows you've been watching on Netflix.
Yeah.
Or the last thing you will do is do the exact opposite of what you are going there to do, which is you will probably be FaceTiming me or somebody else at the house asking how the kids are doing.
Wow. Okay. Well,
boom. Shots fired.
You know me pretty well.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going when you're at the hotel and you FaceTime me, I'm not answering the phone.
Babe.
I'm not going to answer. I'm going to instruct everybody in the house, do not answer. Let her rest.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is
unless it's 911.
This is another episode.
You can't. You have to rest.
I know. Okay, so I'm taking a mommy break.
The kids will be fine.
Rest, but you understand why? Because the kids harass me nonstop.
But I know they do. They harass you. That's what I'm saying. You should rest and just let me take care of them. Trust me. I got it.
I just feel like they're gonna eat candy for dinner.
Candy for dinner? No, they won't eat candy. The last time I was there with the kids by myself, didn't they eat? Did they eat dinner?
No, they didn't eat dinner. They had like pretzels or something.
They didn't. Well, that wasn't my fault. I mean, if they wanted food, they should have asked.
Oh my gosh.
They didn't ask. That was it. They didn't ask.
Hey, they don't know to ask. You have to provide.
No, they have a mind.
Baby, I cook dinner.
They
every
ask for
night
toys. They can ask for food.
Okay. So long story short, I wanted to just take one day, y'all. One day where I just had a moment to myself in a hotel room by myself where I'm not preaching, not speaking.
I thought you were doing 2 days.
No, I'm not doing 2 days because I don't have enough points. Unless you want to give me some of your points. Let's check your Sapphire points because I know you got some.
Jesus.
So I'm only staying one night because I didn't want to pay for additional night. But I went on my thing and I had 64,000 points. And the room was 60,000 points.
Dang.
Exactly. So
60,000 points.
But it's a 5-star hotel, so rightfully so.
Oh, you staying there?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
okay.
I got
that's right.
and I'm so excited, y'all. But I'm just like, I just need something to look forward to get away where I'm not working, where I'm not doing anything, not cooking dinner, nothing. And it's only 24 hours, but I feel like that's all I need to just spend time with the Lord and be with Him, uninterrupted. So that's why I love points again. Like they charged $5 to use your points with Marriott. And Marriott literally works with so many different hotels. Another thing, we just got an email saying that we have a room night at hotels.com. So I signed up with hotels.com's rewards program. So what I do is when I travel, I'll book my hotel through hotels.com. First, I check Ebates, Ibotta, and all that stuff, Dosh, to see if they have any partnerships with hotels.com. And then I'd go through that. But first, go to hotels.com and I book my hotel. And they have the rewards program. And now I'm a gold member, which means if you stay at the hotel for 10 nights, I believe it's over a span of 2 years, they give you 1 night for free. So I booked that for this past trip when we were in Los Angeles. So we had 2 rooms and those nights added up to 10 rooms. So now we have a free night. So when we want to go, say we want to fly up to New York and just have a quick staycation, we can use our miles through Delta /Virgin or Aeroplan. And then we'll go on hotels.com and we'll book a fancy schmancy hotel, even if we stay 1 night or 2 nights. And that 1 night for sure will be free no matter what. So we've done that before. We did that for your birthday. Remember? You said for your birthday, it was like the week before. You said, Heather, I was like, what do you want to do for your birthday, babe?
New York, yeah.
You're like, I want a steak from Porterhouse.
Oh my goodness, that was so amazing too.
And so what we did,
it was a week before.
Yep, a week before. What we did is we went on, we used we booked directly through Delta that particular trip, but we booked our miles, guys.
We used our
straight
miles.
Through Delta.com. I'm like, how many miles you got?
We flew first class.
We flew first class because first class, I want to say, was like 45,000 points. It was
super cheap.
It was very cheap that time. We just booked directly through Delta.com. And then I went on hotels.com and I happened to have 2 room nights that were totally free. So we booked a really nice hotel on 5th Avenue.
Was it the Ritz?
The Peninsula, I thought.
It was a Peninsula. We stayed
the Peninsula.
Yep.
And those 2 nights were free.
Yeah.
So that whole trip only cost us food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so just getting creative and saying, okay, I want to be able to travel, but I also want to make sure that I'm being wise and a good steward over my finances that the Lord has given me.
Yeah.
I love the Proverbs 31 woman because she was so resourceful. She just didn't say, okay, I'm going to spend crazy money on all these trips and go into debt. No. How can I hustle these trips real quick for free? You know what I mean? How can I make sure? And like, we're going to Thailand for our anniversary and our vow renewal. Are you excited, baby?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited. 10 years.
It's been 10 years.
It?
It's going to be 10 years.
I know.
We're going to do the whole vow renewal. You got to find you a dress.
We're getting old together.
We're going to find you a dress.
Wait, I don't understand why you need to be there.
I'm going to definitely be there.
Why?
Because I'm your husband. Why would I not be there?
It should be a surprise. You can't see my dress, baby.
Heather, I've seen everything underneath the dress. What is the dress gonna? I just I don't understand that. Like in the beginning, yes, I understand it. Like, it's a surprise. But at this point, we're married.
I know.
I'm gonna see the dress. I'm gonna see you when you try the dress on. But ultimately, I'm gonna see you when you spend the money for the dress.
No, I'm not buying it. You are.
Oh, I'm buying the dress. Oh, okay.
I can't buy my own vow renewal dress.
Oh, why? Oh, so are you going to buy my tux? Because you know kind of tux I want.
No. Well, I thought it's our money. We need to do a podcast on that.
What?
Like finances and marriage.
Okay, we can do that. But can we? I mean, we could do that.
No,
trade.
no.
It's a real good trade.
No, because yours is going to be more than mine.
Mine is not more. How is mine going to be more than yours?
Mm-mm. Anyways,
where are you trying to go get a dress? Were you trying to go to New York to look for a dress?
No, I'm going to Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, I tried to get you to go to Venice when we were on our way to Bali, but you didn't want to.
Okay, that's another session. Okay, let's focus, babe. Let's focus. We got off track.
This is travel. We're talking about travel hacks.
Okay, travel hacks. We're going to Thailand. So now I'm trying to hustle points. The only thing is my husband likes to hoard points. He acts like he ain't got no points. But then when he wants to go on a man's trip, he all of a sudden has all these points.
That's big.
I'd like to log into your Chase Sapphire after this podcast to see how many points we have because we're married and we're one flesh, baby. What's yours is mine. What's mine is mine, babe. Just kidding.
You are weird. It is hilarious. What's yours is mine and what's mine is mine, babe.
That's not true. We're a partnership. Yeah. And I feel like you be hoarding those Sapphire points over there.
I don't hoard points.
Okay, let's just go look and see how much we have.
No.
Anyways, I'm going to let y'all know how that goes. But again, if your desire is to travel, if your desire is to see the world, you have no idea how the Lord can just give you wisdom to do that. And there's other things that we'd even get into, like Airbnb. I just shared, Airbnb years ago online, and I got a ton of referral credits. And we've been able to stay in Airbnbs just from the referrals alone. I think one time I had like over $1,000 worth of referrals. Another one is Airfordable. I don't know if you've ever heard of Airfordable, but if you can't afford your actual flight, and mind you, none of this is like an ad or anything. This is just stuff that I've used. It's Airfordable. You go on there and you book your flight and you pay for it in payments. Now, mind you, they do take a cut of that. So just be mindful of that. But I think I had like $1,000 in credits on Airfordable. So I was able to, book one of my friends' flights for them just through there because it was so cheap. But just being mindful and doing your own research and travel hacking and listening to podcasts that talk about it, just immerse yourself in it. on your way to work, listen to a podcast about it. And then you'll begin to become savvy in it. You can't listen to one podcast and then get frustrated if you don't see the results right away. You have to put an effort forth towards it. And I'm super busy. I have a lot going on, but the fact that I'm even able still to do it means that I've just been practicing it and practicing and practicing. So if you have a desire for travel, I believe that God is going to fulfill that for you. But I think that's all we got, babe. Do you know what we're going to be talking about next? I have a really good one to talk about if you don't know.
Is that a hint for me not to come up with anything because you have a really good one?
No, you can. You're my leader, baby.
Oh, Lord. Well, maybe we should talk about leadership and submission. The look you just gave me. What is your idea?
Okay, so we can talk about leadership and submission next. And then maybe the one after that, we can talk about the one I was thinking about. I've gotten a few questions and emails just about dealing with like breakups and how to and when we should let go of the breakup.
Let's talk about that one next. This is going into a new year.
Yeah.
People are trying to break up. They may be trying to break up with more things than just people.
Yeah.
Some people probably need to break up with their bad attitudes and their toxic behavior.
You better preach.
Give
me your babies.
I gave you every last one I have. I have no more left in me. They're all gone.
They're all gone?
They're all gone.
No more babies?
No more babies. No more babies. Hey, this is amazing being with you guys. I hope that some information that you got, I hope that it was not only informative, but it was impactful, and that you're able to use this information to ultimately go and travel the world for somewhat free and be able to go and see it. Traveling is important. It opens up your mind. It allows for you to see the world outside of your context. It allows for you to see it beyond the stop sign of where you grew up. You gotta step into cultures before you can criticize them. You got to step into moments, and you got to really begin to explore the world in a way that nobody else has. One of the things that my wife and I, we always said we wanted to do was when we had children, we didn't want them to just learn about different events from a book. We wanted them to go see it. We want them to go and see where battles happen. We want them to go and see where great speeches took place. We've taken them to DC and places like that. We want them to go and we want them to experience it firsthand. I've always been a visual learner. I'm not good in classrooms. I'm not good with watching things on television. I want to go and I want to see it. Certain things I want to go see, certain things I'm good with not seeing at all. But anyway, traveling is so important. So we just hope that this helped you. We can't wait to be back with you. Same time, same place next time. And thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
Make sure you tell your family, your mom and them, your friends, everybody. Share it with us. If you do share it, please use hashtag Life with the Lindseys.
And tag us on social media.
Yeah, tag us. Let us know.
Let us know what you guys thought about this episode. And we're going to be doing some more Q&As that we'll be adding in these too.
Yes, it's going to be really fun. So thank y'all so much. Have a good one.